Gemini, how are you? I am Ricky, and this is Thrice Tarot. Gemini, these messages are for Gemini. Gemini, remember that my readings are past, present, and future. Take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. I ask that you use your intuition when looking at the cards. This will not only help better strengthen your intuition, but this will also help you pick up on messages that I may not have for you. Gemini. What's up with Gemini? Gemini. This message is for Gemini. This message is for Gemini. Gemini. Okay. All right, here we go, Gemini. The High Priestess. Temperance in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse. So I'm just going to take a look at the cards here. Gemini, I feel like you are going through a situation where you feel like you've been using your intuition and that you've been trying your hardest to go in the direction that you feel like you should be headed. I feel like this has to do with the relationships in your life and that you had this specific outcome and that you had been trying to use your intuition, but yet they just weren't going the way that they should have. Your first card is the High Priestess, guiding yourself along this icy path, being guided by your intuition, not knowing what's on the other side, but trusting that you'll make it there, trusting that you'll head in the right direction. You could be listening to your inner voice, having lots of wisdom, having this like subconscious thoughts that are deep within you. Your second card is Temperance. Temperance signifies, in the reverse, extremes, lack of balance, a lack of harmony, this feeling of just things not necessarily going the way that you'd want them to, and feeling a little unstable, feeling a little shaky on the ground that you walk on. Your third card is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Just the feeling of being stressed, burnt out, just not feeling like you're getting what it is that you should be getting. Having this sense of like the people that are around you just don't get you the way that you should be gotten. That the people around you just can't hear you the way that you want to be heard. I feel like you are just going within yourself, trying your best to be guided by what it is that you know is true and what it is that you feel within yourself, but yet you feel like the path that you are walking on may not have the stability or the structure or what you thought it would have. And this is leaving you with a sense of feeling alone and feeling unbalanced and feeling stressed out. I'm seeing a dragon. Now, I believe that next year is the year of the dragon. And that might actually be a message. Maybe you have that in your zodiac chart. I'm not sure. I don't really know the significance of a dragon. But what I do feel like is if I am thinking that the next year is the year of the dragon, that this is leading me to believe that that clarity will happen next year. Now, we're only a month away from the new year. So, with that being said, more than likely, all this will clear up for you in the new year, allowing you to then be given all of that insight that's happening within you. So, Gemini, we are also in a new moon that's in Gemini. So, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is communication. So, maybe there's some sort of communication that will come in next year. And it's early in the next year. It doesn't seem like late for me for some reason. It doesn't seem like this will happen late. I'm being given like the first 3 months. So within the first 3 months of the new year, you will have this, whatever it is you're seeking, whatever it is that you are using your intuition to guide you towards. You know, sometimes in life we tend to feel like we're lost or we're confused about what it is that's going on in our lives. And I have this feeling like by next year, all those will be answered for you. I really do. I have this like deep feeling that all of this will be answered for you next year. So whatever questions that you had, whatever you felt like you were trying to use your intuition on, but you feel like it just wasn't getting you in the direction that you were supposed to, like maybe you had this idea, right? And then you fell short of it. And you were like, but I was using my intuition. I should have, it should have played out the way that I expected it to. And that's the thing, is when we use our expectations to expect something, when we use our expectations to define an outcome, it never happens the way that we expect it to. It never comes out the way that it's supposed to. And that's because the divine has a way of just throwing a wrench in there to kind of keep things from being so monotonous. Does that make sense? Like if we knew every single step that we took exactly what would come from it, then we would lead a very boring life. We would also have a life that we felt like we did everything for. And the moment that something went wrong, we would only have ourselves to blame. And how easy is it for us to take blame, right? How easy is it for us to take responsibility for the actions that we have? I feel it necessary to pull you an oracle card from the Moonology Oracle deck. This message is for Gemini. I'm looking out of my window and I see this white light that is so bright. It almost looks like a flashlight pointing in my direction, but I don't think it is. How interesting is that? It's just this like white light. I feel like that means like, yeah, you're going to get a message on the other side. Just on the other side of this year. This message is for Gemini. Gemini. So I feel like whatever this pertains to, the answer is coming within the next few months. Gemini. This message is for Gemini. Gemini. This message is for Gemini. Gemini. This message is for Gemini. Your energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. So let's see what that says. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of. Though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet, this is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go? And do you believe you can get there? I saw that light. It's pretty much gone now, but that it had me feel when I saw that light that it was like a direction that you were supposed to head, and that there was like that light on the other end. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track, Gemini. I know I'm headed in the right direction. The situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forward. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from the new moon to the full moon. And during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time. And this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make your plans and act on them, no matter when you actually pull this card. So with the new year coming up, and me feeling like you're going to get a message to your questions or whatever it is that you've been working your intuition on, that will come within the next 3 months of the new year. This might be a good time for you to review your new year resolutions and start putting in there some resolutions that you want to make, some changes within your life that you feel are necessary and that you may have been putting off, and the divine will guide you, and that the energy that you need for that is gaining momentum. Gemini, I wish you the best. I hope all is well. And you have a good night, okay? Love you.